Well, it may be past tax time, but that doesn't mean the stress is over. This morning, an important consumer alert. Thieves are stealing W-2 information and selling it on the dark web. We got an expert to take us into the criminal underground to see what's for sale. It's downright frightening. Brigham Gonzalez recently changed jobs and moved on his own. Everything was great until he woke up to a shocking call from his sister.
She had received a letter from my previous employer stating that all of their W-2s had been stolen.
Or at least the W-2 information. He called the company, which verified the news.
Somebody pretending to be upper-level management just kind of bluffed their way into getting one of the employees to fax over all of the W-2s.
Brigham's not an isolated case. Caleb Barlow, a security expert for IBM, says sometimes it's phone calls, sometimes email scams. But W-2s are being stolen and sold on part of the internet hidden from search engines, called the dark web.
One of the first things we have to recognize is that when we go on the dark web, this is kind of a don't do this at home.
Barlow took us into the cyber underground to marketplaces where vendors, complete with approval ratings, are selling stolen 2016 W-2s in bulk.
Here's an example of a site that is selling W-2 tax forms along with a date of birth, and you notice it says AGI. Now, AGI stands for adjusted gross income.
The IRS requires adjusted gross income to file a return. In addition to filing a fraudulent tax return on your behalf, the documents can be used to establish credit or outright steal your identity. The IRS tells us so far it's stopped 1.4 million confirmed identity theft tax returns, totaling $8 billion.
Now, of course, the best protection is ultimately prevention.
If your information is compromised, notify the Federal Trade Commission along with credit reporting bureaus, call your financial institutions, and fill out all appropriate IRS forms. No one filed a fraudulent tax return on Brigham, which made him breathe easier in the short term.
Long term, I know that all of my information is still out there and anybody could decide to use it against me.
Now, Brigham says his company did provide him with a year's worth of free credit monitoring in which he is gladly taking part. He says he doesn't blame the employees who fell victim to this scam, but would like to see companies put verification policies in place to prevent information from being passed so easily.
And what about the people buying these W-2s? How much? Not that it matters, I guess, but how much do they go for?
Well, Vince, I think that's going to make you even more angry. You know, people's lives are changed forever, and these W-2s are getting sold for just 35 bucks.
Wow, 35 bucks.
35 to 40 bucks.
All right, Elise, thanks very much.